The following is an ESG on-location video.
AccessIT Group is a IT security focused, what we call value-added reseller. So we're a trusted advisor to key Fortune 1000, Fortune 2000 type organizations.
Okay, and that's the focus of the company from a client perspective. What about areas of focus from a product and a capabilities perspective?
So we don't define it as products anymore. We define them as solution sets.
Right.
So if you look at IT security nowadays, we look at it as a broad spectrum that covers a wide swath. So what we basically do is we pair up solutions with services to cater to specific security requirements from our customers.
You've been doing this a fair old time.
Sure.
What have you seen changing? Things have got a lot more malicious and faster now. What are you seeing from your perspective with real end users?
At its core, the problem is the same. You have bad people that want your data assets and they want to use them for a variety of different things, either it's for monetary purposes or for intellectual property purposes. Whereas years ago, in the beginning, it was just merely some teenage kid that just wanted to deface a website and get accolades from doing that. I think now the players in this arena, the bad guys, are way more sophisticated, and they're actually including foreign agencies or sponsored by foreign agencies. So the stakes are a little bit higher, and the versatility of the digital domain has made it inherently more insecure. I mean, if you just look at now, we used to access all our data on a workstation, on a desk that was closed inside an environment, and nothing left that environment. Now you're talking about the digital assets escaping through your phone, your watch, or any other type of IoT device.
As we've gone through, because you mentioned it yourself, I mean, it started off on laptops, and then, as I say, the internet itself became a problem because things became more connected. The applications got attacked. Then things just seemed to become more pervasive and broader and, frankly, more audacious. And now, as you say, we've got states involved as well. As the generations change, clearly, if we're on the security side walking and the bad ones are running, that's not a good outcome.
Right.
So what do you see from that perspective, and how do we deal with that?
So, and I guess you could look at it as an area of opportunity, but there's a lot of organizations out there that still are stuck in that second and third generation, of the let's lock the door and shut the lights off and we'll be okay. But I think that, we really need to help, and I guess the area of opportunity for us is educating our customers on getting them to the next level, getting them into the fifth generation, and matching up those solutions to the tools that the hackers, for lack of a better word, have right now. So moving enterprise organizations from there to fifth generation is really key in the next couple of years.
Do you see ways to do that?
Well, yes, there's definitely the solutions that we're developing right now in the IT security industry are more holistic in nature and address not only the current perimeter security aspect of IT security, but also the preventative aspect of it. And definitely the tools are better, faster, more well-encompassing, but I think more importantly, they're allowing customers to reinvest in IT securities in ways that they haven't done before. And what I mean by that is we don't need to scrap everything and start all over again, but we can evolve some of those more second and third generation products into a fifth generation solution. And I do make a very distinct distinction between product and solution.
What are the key challenges that you find yourself discussing with your clients, and what can they really do about it?
If you look at how many products, security products there are in any one customer's environment on an enterprise level, it becomes unmanageable. I mean, we're talking anywhere between 50, 60, 70 disparate security products or and again, let's define them as products.
Right.
The problem is that when all these products don't talk to each other, it becomes unmanageable and thus inherently becomes insecure. So the key here, the challenge here is giving value to the customer so that they can manage their security infrastructure rather than look at this as like a domain or an enterprise with 50, 60 disparate security products, the challenge here is how do we get all those different devices and those different technologies to become a solution whereby we can actually manage that whole IT security infrastructure in a meaningful way.
So single point of control, is that what you're talking?
I think a lot of people like to define it as a single pane of glass management.
Yeah.
And I think that there are a lot of solutions, and I think that the industry is going that route. And if you look at our customer demographic, our customers generally have global security enforcement points that need to be managed centrally by a handful or a group of very skilled security people. So solutions that lend themselves to that capability in terms of being able to consolidate, and again, I use that word loosely, but more importantly, manage all those different facets of the IT security world in real time with one pane of glass is really what we're trying to solve and try to get to.
But with that, it sounds, I just want to finish on a couple of real quick questions, because it sounds as if you're agreeing that we have this generational challenge, which means opportunity, of course, to work with prevention rather than cure. Is that the conversation you're having with clients? Do people realize that, or are they still trying to apply old style cure to modern style problems?
No, nowadays we're talking purely prevention.
Okay.
When we talk to customers about their security environment, everybody has antivirus, everybody has firewalls, everybody has some of those point products or their perimeter security products. So that's not the problem, but it is part of the solution. Right. So it's not that, and those are not going away. But managing those products in a solution that encompasses everything from the lock the door, shut the lights off, to the preventative and the real-time visibility, I think bringing that all together and being able to manage that in a meaningful way and match that up to your IT security policy, that's where we're all headed right now.
And I think, thank you. You raise an excellent point there, which is that this is not about changing everything out and replacing everything we previously had. It's accretive, it's additive to what we had. As you said, the cure is still part of the cure. Right. There are times when you're going to need those things, depending what the nature of the attack and the exposure is. But last thing, I think for all of us it can be scary reading the papers, watching the news. As someone who, a professional in cybersecurity, are you hopeful for the future? I
think that the tools that let's call them hackers, are using nowadays, we're actually having the ability to use those also against them. So the same tools and the same technology that they're using to scare us are the same tools that we're utilizing to prevent some of these situations from happening. And I think that what's really interesting, that what's happening in the last few years is that even the consumers are becoming educated about it. So when these issues pop up in the news, it is still scary to most folks, but I think that they understand what the threat is and what the issues are. So I think that now you bundle that in with privacy issues, I think it becomes another conversation, but nevertheless, the core problem is the same, but now we have solutions that can help customers from enterprise organizations to consumers like us.